For over a century, tipping has become deeply ingrained in American culture. What was once a predominantly European practice has now been fully embraced by Americans, evolving into a unique and often complex system. But did you know that the roots of tipping are intertwined with racism and the history of enslaved African Americans? Today, we'll delve into this topic. Tipping, or offering a gratuity, has a long history that varies across cultures. Its origins can be traced back to 16th century England, where overnight guests would present veils as tips to household staff as a token of appreciation for their service. Over time, the practice expanded to include English coffee houses, where customers would drop coins into a designated box, marked to ensure promptitude, giving rise to the term tip. However, the exact origins of the term remain shrouded in myth. During the 17th century, European feudal society heavily influenced tipping customs. While tipping was virtually non-existent in the United States before the Civil War, wealthy Americans who had encountered the practice in Europe began to adopt it upon their return. However, it was during the Reconstruction era, following the end of slavery, that tipping took on a more troubling dimension. Introduced during Reconstruction, tipping faced fierce opposition and was viewed as un-American by many. Critics saw it as a form of bribery that reinforced class divisions and exploited workers, particularly newly freed African Americans. Despite this opposition, tipping persisted and eventually became widely accepted, especially in the South. Tipping played a significant role in perpetuating economic inequalities between races. Many Black workers, relegated to low-paying jobs, relied heavily on tips to make ends meet. This reliance on tips not only deepened racial disparities in wages, but also perpetuated stereotypes about the value of Black labor. The civil rights movement brought about legislative changes aimed at addressing racial discrimination in the workplace, including tipping practices. However, despite these efforts, racial bias continues to influence tipping behavior, with Black workers often receiving smaller tips than their white counterparts. Today, tipping remains a contentious issue, with ongoing discussions about its impact on workers' wages and the perpetuation of racial inequalities. While some advocate for abolishing tipping altogether in favor of fair wages, others argue for reforming the system to ensure equitable treatment for all workers. In conclusion, the legacy of slavery in America has left a lasting imprint on the tipping system, turning what was once a token of appreciation into a means of perpetuating racial inequalities. As we continue to grapple with these issues, it's essential to confront the root causes of racial bias in tipping and work towards a more just and equitable system. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of the history of tipping in America. If you enjoyed this story, you can find more like it on my YouTube channel. And if you'd like to support the channel, you can do so through my Patreon or buy me a coffee, links in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and leave us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts. Peace.